everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Amani, for the introduction. First of all, I would like to apologize for coming late, which is due to something out of my control and little incident that I had. And I would like to thank very much Dr. Amani for her patience and all the colleagues for the support and for the coordination to make things happen the right and the good way. Thank you very much indeed. Today, I will be presenting a kind of reflection on how advancing higher educational institution towards sustainability in order to achieve the concept of sustainable campus. Yesterday, in the first session, there is one statement that it was mentioned, no women's, no SDGs. I will try to import it and we say today, no higher education institutions, no achievement of sustainability and sustainable development goals. And this is to show the importance and the role of higher education institutions today in order to achieve sustainability. So I'm glad today to present my research paper, which is co-authored with Dr. Maen, who couldn't make it this time, and I will be glad to present on his behalf and my behalf to talk about our case, which is the case of higher colleges of technology, specifically Al Ain campuses, in terms of sustainability practices in order to advancing higher education institutions. As you all know today, with the rapid change in terms of technology, the different challenges that we are witnessing, whether from environmental point of view, social and so on, higher education institutions are playing a critical and important role towards achieving sustainability, or at least supporting to achieving sustainability. And this is the main and the core of this research today, as we are trying to examine the different principles and applications of sustainability in higher education institution. And this is it. It's a trial to give an insight on how higher education institutions, they can innovate, can catalyze, can support, and can create a change towards supporting sustainability. So, as I said, higher education institutions today, they are playing a critical role in addressing global changes, challenges, particularly related to SDGs and sustainable development in general. And there are several initiatives applied by different institutions all over the world. But today I will be focusing on our case, which is the case of SCT in United Arab Emirates, specifically Al Ain campuses, as I just mentioned. Let's start from the beginning. When we talk about higher education institutions, we certainly look at it from the perspective of research, knowledge, education, and so on. However, today we needed to look at it from another perspective, which is the perspective of supporting sustainability and playing a critical role. The traditional approach of education or higher education, it's really focusing on research, as I said. However, today we can contribute greatly towards achieving sustainability also still through research, through education, through engagement with the industry and the different institutions in the community. This strategic role, basically, it can be a good pathway for the higher education institution to achieve sustainability, as I said, through education, by equipping our students with the knowledge, skills needed to address sustainability changes and sustainability challenges. When it comes to research, it's good to focus and to develop innovative solutions to different problems that can tackle different challenges that we are witnessing related to sustainability. When it comes to community engagement, and I'm talking here about building partnership and strong relationship with the key players in the community in order to address problems or challenges related to sustainability. And when we talk about institutional practices here, we talk about building models that they are surrounding the concept of sustainability by focusing mainly on the operational side and by implementing different initiatives related to operations like the energy efficiency technology, reducing waste, and promoting sustainability practices. When it comes to the core component of this, the educational institutions, or the core mission of the educational institution when it comes to education, we can here focus on the aspects related to curriculum, which is also an important dimension that higher education institutions are requested to focus on. And when we talk about the curriculum development, here I really would like to emphasize on the importance of having this interdisciplinary approach. Interdisciplinary, where we are having all disciplines coming together in order to tackle this concept of sustainability. When I talk about this curriculum development, I talk about the process of embedding the different sustainability development goals across disciplines, across the program itself, across the syllabus. Of course, it requires customization and it requires adjustments according to the measure, but this is also very important in order to reflect this concept to students in a very, let's say, convenient way related to the core part of the education. The second part, as I said, which is research, and we know very well that universities, they are all around, and one of the pillars of universities is research, and that's why research, by integrating some environmental science, economy, social science, and have this very comprehensive strategy where we are going towards achieving sustainability, but from different perspectives and different angles. And the last one, it has to do with the campuses, which are going to be converted and turned in turn into some living laboratory, where we are going to implement sustainability practices, and these going to be provided to students or reflected as a good examples to students so that they can be inspired in practicing such kind of practices like waste reduction and sustainability landscaping, etc. We are here in the position to build a model, and this model, it's towards achieving sustainability, as I said, in higher education institutions. And this model, it's really kind of combination or a mix of different initiatives that encompass what we call the green campuses projects. And this has to do with the environmental aspect of campuses. The second, it has to do with the sustainable resource management, and where we are going to emphasize how we protect the resources, and we from an operational point of view, how to manage different resources within different campuses. And the last one, it's building a strong community and stakeholder engagement. And today, this is, I believe, this is the objective or the vision of all institutions all over the world, where we are going to mix between the theory and the practice by building a very strong relationship and collaboration with the industry, the organization, the businesses, and the different government agencies. So to have, as I said, this very complementary relationship between all of them. Certainly, when we are talking about implementing sustainability within higher education institutions, we have a lot of challenges that should be considered. And these challenges, they are related to 4 levels: institutional challenges, financial, cultural, and some operational challenges. I would love here to move on to what we have done at Higher College of Technology in this perspective, from that angle of higher education institutions' role to achieve sustainability. And I can tell that our institutions, specifically Al Ain campuses, they have undertaken a variety of initiatives which are, let's say, supporting this concept of environmental responsibility towards achieving sustainability on campuses. In order to conduct this research, a qualitative approach, basically it has been developed using what we call the cognitive mapping and thematic analysis, also some mental modular software analysis, in order to figure out the different, let's say, philosophies, approaches, concepts, and pathways adopted by the key players or the stakeholders within the institutions. And here the thematic analysis of interviews with some key stakeholders at our campuses reveal it to the following themes. We end up by understanding that the campus is focusing on a very holistic understanding of this concept of sustainability in higher education, very much focus on infrastructure and operational initiatives, very strong engagement with the industry and the different key stakeholders, with a very high level of awareness towards this aspect, monitoring and evaluation of sustainability strategies and practices, trying to figure out how to manage and to mitigate the different challenges, and the last one, building future plans in order to achieve sustainability. So here, as you can see, these are samples of some participatory physiocognitive mapping that have been developed after performing and conducting a series of interviews with different key players. And we end up by having 5 categories of variables that are recycling initiatives, infrastructure and operational practices, industry partnership to support sustainability, communication and awareness initiative, and stakeholder contributions. This model, it's really around these 5 key concepts or key dimensions. And here it shows this mental modular system. It classified these categories in terms of their importance, in terms of their, let's say, if they are driver, receiver, or ordinary factors. And after doing all of that, here are the key findings of the research. And we managed to have a ranking of the variables according to their centricity scores and their importance. The number 1 coming on the top, it's related to the infrastructure and operational practices variable, which is the most frequently cited and which reflects that the orientation of the educational institution. SCT, they are boosting and they are focusing too much on building a very strong infrastructure that considers sustainability. The second one, it's building strong relationship with the key stakeholders to support sustainability also. Academic initiatives when it comes to curriculum and extracurricular activities and having it sustainability embedded into the different programs. And the communication and awareness initiative, which is really having the lowest centricity scores, which is an area that I consider for improvement. And in here also, as I said, we can, after aggregation of all the variables, we can say that there are some KPIs, some key indicator performance that they are focusing on. The number 1 top coming to stakeholders, but the least one, it has to do with communication. At the end of this research, I can say that we managed to initiate a kind of model, and this is a very comprehensive model for sustainability. And specifically in higher education, we talk about the case of SCT, and we have here several practices that can be adopted in order to contribute to sustainability. Number 1, it's to conduct what we call the interactive initiatives. And these interactive initiatives, they aim to raise the level of awareness among all stakeholders, specifically students, faculty, and staff. And by here trying to build more connections with the community. Innovative initiatives, and here by leveraging new technology, creative approach, creative processes in order to face the different challenges, including having smart campuses, academic initiatives related to research and research developments towards sustainability. And the last one is the action-oriented initiatives. And here we are talking about implementing sustainability practices in order to achieve measurement, which is also another point, through energy conservation and recycling project. Last, I would like to conclude by providing some managerial recommendations related to the role of the higher education institution. And I can emphasize and confirm that higher education institutions today, they can play a critical role. They can adopt to advance sustainability and effectively contribute to the achievement of sustainable development goals. First, by having an excellent and good leadership and governance of their institutions and focusing on sustainability as a core component of these institutions and their leadership process. Then by integrating in their curriculum and their research the different aspect and dimension of sustainability, and this way to be involving everybody in this concept of sustainability. Third, by focusing on the community engagement and partnership with some local organizations and government agencies, and why not international ones, in order also to foster this process of sustainability. And the last one is to implement very transparent system for measuring, monitoring, and reporting sustainability outcomes. Because to me, without measuring, without setting a target and making a monitoring process in order to achieve or to tackle or to monitor your progress towards achieving your goals, it will not lead you and take you to anywhere. So these 4 dimensions are very important to represent a model that a higher education institution can consider if they would like to contribute effectively and efficiently and in a very successful way towards achieving sustainability. Here I have some examples, and I brought some photos from different initiative practices that that have been conducted so far by HCT Al Ain campuses towards, as I said, achieving this model of sustainability. Thank you very much.